I remember a mentor of mine a few years ago was talking to me. We were talking about setting up a business, and he said to me, he asked me the question, Daniel, what is a brand, right? And I thought, oh, what is a brand? A brand, it's a logo, it's a logo, right? It's a logo, maybe it's a tagline. It's how people recognize you and your business. It's something that embodies what you do. And he goes, no, that's not what a brand is. And I said, well, what is a brand then? And he goes, well, tell me about Coca-Cola. I said, well, Coca-Cola, it was a drink. It came from the coca bean. It was invented in 1890 or something. I think originally it had cocaine in it. That's where the Coke Adds Life comes from. He goes, no. What is it about a Coke you like? And I said, well, I like it because it tastes like Coke. And he goes, does it ever taste like anything else? And I said, no, it always tastes like Coke. He goes, so the thing you like about Coke is every time you open up a can of Coke, it always tastes like Coke. And I said, yes, it always tastes like Coke. I know what I'm going to get. That's why I love Coca-Cola. It always tastes the same. And he says to me, Daniel, that's what a brand is. The brand is the promise of an experience, right? And that's why people come back. And I think that's a really important thing to think about, whether you're starting any type of business, but particularly a service type business, and one where you can't always, like a law firm, control the outcome. The thing is, I can't guarantee to a client that you're going to win a case. I can't guarantee to a client that they're going to get the outcome they're after. Cannot do that. It just doesn't happen. But what I can, and what I do have a degree of control over, is the experience they have all the way through, from the moment they start engaging with my company till that moment that outcome is delivered, whatever outcome it is. And I hope that my clients walk away, whether they're dealing with me or any of the other lawyers in the firm, that's okay. Well, we didn't really get the outcome I was after, but I just had an extraordinary experience all the way through. They over-delivered to me. They communicated to me. I knew what was happening every step of the way. They managed my anxiety. And we deal with some highly emotive people. We deal with some people that are in some really, really terrible and tragic situations sometimes. And it's really important that we're able to take them on that journey. And I hate saying the word journey, but it is the journey when you're in the legal system, and actually manage not just their expectations, but some of their emotional needs as well. I mean, it's another element of what we do, but we're dealing with people who are quite often in a very highly emotive state, and it's really important that we're actually there for them through the whole process. So when I talk about the business with my team, over-delivering and making sure that we manage customer expectations, we understand their wants and needs, and we communicate as much as we can to them at any time during the process is fundamentally probably the most important thing in our practice.
Not all being about the hourly billable rate, being about the client experience, so important. And that's how you build a big and long-lasting firm. Yeah, it might hit the profit margins a little bit, but it's gonna ring echoes later on. Going to do some great things for the business.
Yeah, that's right. And outside of the dealing with the over delivery is really an operational issue. So it's when you're selling time, it's very difficult to build scale into a business, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can when you're selling widgets. It's quite complex. So traditionally, law firms have been able to do that by introducing efficiencies where they can. So quite often, large law firms, particularly with some of the older generation, and obviously IT has brought a lot of efficiency into the legal sector, but back in the early days, dictating and secretaries typing letters was one way to start pumping the work out, and start getting that, which usually would take an old lawyer an hour and a half to pump out a letter at full whack. Someone's paying $800 for a letter. That's just not efficient. That's not customer satisfaction. So the ability to dictate and have lower cost resources do some of this work kind of builds that over delivery, that meeting customer expectations, keeping the price down, delivering on that tension. And through various levels of staff, legal staff working in the business, and obviously the introduction of technology, we're further looking at ways of not only establishing efficiency, but also introducing economies of scale into the business where we can over-deliver without negatively impacting our cash flow and profit, and sort of still achieving our customer satisfaction. And that is the biggest dilemma that we face every day.